Dan Auerbach gave me an ear infection.
Dan Auerbach turned my Lenovo into an oversized paperweight.
That's why he didn't do anything last episode. He was cooking up something big for us this time.
He was scheming. He got his generals together at his compound in whatever the fuck, Idaho, Ohio, wherever the shit.
Akron?
Yeah, first of all, fuck you. I'm not pronouncing the name of his city right. I'm disrespecting him. After he disrespected me, turning my computer all messed up like that. I was literally downloading something as it shut off, never to be turned on again. I had plans that afternoon. I was watching In Bruges on the internet. And now I never get to see how In Bruges ends.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Some things happened that caused us to delay.
It's been wild, y'all.
Yeah. I am recovering now. I'm pretty sure it's still receding. My ears at least at the point where I can actually hear. I can pretty much hear the way I used to be able to hear again, consistently.
Hooray! And what better use to celebrate being able to hear sort of how you used to be able to than spending some time with some Kims?
Yep. This time we looked at 2 albums that came out in. Oh wait, we got.
Yeah, I don't think we introduced ourselves. I'm the Fox.
I'm the Mage, and welcome to the Foxx and the Mage podcast. You can tell it's been a while since we've done this.
You can tell that it's been a while since we've done this, and I'm still mad about my computer and not being able to watch In Bruges. But anyway, also I got a job now, so I'm actually brain dead. More than I'm used to being. But anyway, we're doing episode 12 right now, where we look at 2 of the albums from prominent 80s/90s bassists named Kim.
Yep. We looked at Kim Gordon's The Collective.
And Kim Deal's Nobody Loves You More.
Yep. So, both of these... So, I had heard The Collective before this, but not Nobody Loves You More. So, I didn't quite know what to expect coming from the latter.
I feel like a lot of people are probably in your situation. I certainly was. And I feel surprised by that. You'd think the first solo album by Kim Deal, legendary bassist of the Pixies and the Breeders, would get a little more attention, but I had no idea this thing even came out.
Yeah, I do think it's a shame.
Yeah, and we'll get into our thoughts on it, but for what the album is, it really doesn't make sense just how under the radar it was. You'd think it was a disaster by the way that nobody talked, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, though I guess Kim Gordon's debut album was kind of under the radar for a while too, but it was The Collective that got attention.
Yeah, that is also something I remember thinking for like half a second that The Collective was her debut because what is it? Straight Summer Song, whatever that first one was called, which I actually did listen to a couple tracks from this week. Pardon me. So like the hype cycle can come at weird times and for weird moments, because I don't think her first album was all that different from The Collective. At least the couple of tracks that I heard. Like, it felt like you could see where the wind was blowing.
All right.
Let's talk about them. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. Yeah, work. Anyway, which of these albums should we dive into first, Mage?
I would say the Kim Deal album, since I feel like this one can knock out more quickly.
I am with you on that. No disagreement here.
So, So this opens up with the title track, which is very loungy.
Yeah, it's, for 38 years, Kim Deal was a working musician. Her first solo album, very respected, very well loved and appreciated. And we open with basically chamber pop.
Yeah. I didn't want to make the comparison, but I feel like she might have been listening to Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah, honestly, that is kind of the thing I got, is that she was listening to a little of like the Boy Genius crowd, or I even heard maybe a little bit of like later era Lana Del Rey in there too.
I could see that.
Like, she definitely is taking influences from places I wasn't expecting, and well, actually that's kind of, and I'm taking from like the Boy Genius crowd. That makes a bit of sense, but it's certainly more lush than I was expecting for, again, the woman from Pixies and the Breeders.
Same. But yeah, but I do welcome it. Yeah. I know that Kim Deal is Ace, but I have no idea if she's Arrow. So I feel like this song could be platonic or romantic, depending on what you want, how you want to look at it.
Yeah, the lyrics are kind of, they don't have a lot of detail. They're very kind of simple in a way, and not in a bad way necessarily, but they are just like open to interpretation.
Yeah, it's very vibesy.
It is yeah, surprisingly vibesy, the song, and the
I
large parts of the album.
guess the Pixies are pretty vibesy too.
There certainly can be. I think the big thing about the Pixies was that they had a quiet, loud dynamic where songs would get very quiet and mellow, and then very loud and alternating bursts.
Yeah, and vibesy lyric wise too. Like I don't know what the fuck is happening in Vamos, but I know it makes me go feral every time I hear it.
Yeah, or that song "Silver" from Doolittle.
Oh yeah.
It just kind of sounds like a harmonica melting.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess. So I guess with this being vibesy makes sense in a way. I don't know if I would make this the album opener, but I also get it considering how the first three songs flow.
Yeah, the flow is decent, and I guess she did want to start with the title track is, I guess, a thesis statement on the rest of the album. And I will say this: the if you like this opening track, or if you have like things you appreciate about it, you will probably enjoy the rest of the album, because it sounds not too far off from this track, radius wise.
Yeah, and I feel like that continues in the next song, Coast, though it gets a bit more up. It gets a bit more up tempo.
Yeah, this one has horns in it. I mean, the previous track had horns in it, but these horns are pretty nice.
Oh yeah, it is. Like, yeah, this one does feel like an old rocker from the '80s, '90s. Just continuing that in her own way, with some newer sensibilities.
I got a little bit of alt country in there with some of the way that it's chill, and like this. Like, I think the Mazzy Star comparison is really apt
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
And there is some slide guitar, a couple spots on this album, so we definitely get there is some influence from there. And again, Mazzy Star wouldn't surprise me if Kim Deal was taken from that as well.
Yeah, I would love to hear Kim Deal go full on alt country. I think she could pull it off.
Yeah, maybe the next album.
Maybe that'll be the one that blows up.
Apparently, this song has its roots back in Kim Deal's mind all the way to the year 2000. And this album came out in 2024, so at least portions of this album have been cooking in her brain for a quarter century. Just
That makes sense.
something to keep in mind as we listen.
Yeah, that makes sense. That I feel like that is a recurring theme on the album. The theme it's just very much an experienced singer songwriter. Yeah. So
And that's kind of, I guess I think surfing is supposed to be like a metaphor for life or something, or it might just be that she doesn't feel like surfing.
yeah, I feel it's more like maybe she's maybe that she just wants to settle down.
Ooh, yeah, that also makes sense. The crashing waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the metaphor. It's a very like, yeah, singer songwritery type song. Like these are the types of songs you could travel around the country singing in like 1870.
Yeah. So is the next song, which is ironically enough the first rocker on here.
Yes, it is, and it's
Well,
tight.
got a subtle groove, but it's well once you notice it, you're never gonna unnotice it.
Yeah, and the song's name is Crystal Breath. Uh, I see what you did there, Kim.
It took me until you said that to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This I probably would have made this the album opener, but like at the same time, the way it is does feel like the album warming up, and I kind of like and I like that too.
Yeah, I guess this is what I was kind of meaning when I said that the songs were within the radius of the title track. Like this is kind of as rock as it gets, but there are also more loungy songs and chamber pop songs on the album. So I do think that the title track does work as kind of a bellwether, but this is the track that I think immediately stands out as having, yeah, some momentum, some energy. It's got that nice hook on it. And it's still, yeah, exciting. It's fun.
Yeah, she's right when she says the beat's gonna lead us. And I also do love when everything drops and then she starts singing again. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, that spacey section kind of it tricked me into thinking it was going to last a bit longer, and then when the song picked back up, it legit caught me off guard.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's yeah. Unsurprisingly, my favorite songs on here are the rockers. The few that there are.
Same.
Yeah. The next song, "Are You Mine," is slows things down again.
Yes, this one is very mellow.
Yeah, and apparently it's about her mother who had dementia.
Yeah, suffered from all. Apparently, Genius says that the song is about Kim's mother, who suffers from Alzheimer's, written from the perspective of a patient who does not recognize her own daughter. And I gotta tell you, I read that, and then I felt really bad that my first note was, "Why does this sound like Girl Crush by Little Big Town?"
Oof.
Which, not to get on a tangent, but I mean, that might not be the worst song ever, but it's certainly the most pointless.
Yeah. That was
There's
definitely a song.
there was no reason they ever had to make that song.
It's like
Nobody liked
it's,
it.
It's like if I kissed. It's like if I kissed a girl by Katy Perry was serious.
Yeah, just a dour, maudlin droll, with the most asinine lyrics and concept. But I guess this one, like instrumentally, a bit of a droll, but the lyrics are, I guess, written with good intention. But again, like it's vague enough that when I was first reading the lyrics, I really thought that this was about like a relationship that was on the rocks, or like she had to leave or her own lover because she's going on tour, and then when she gets home, she doesn't recognize him. I thought it was something like that. If I didn't know it was about an Alzheimer's patient, I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I think the song was just made. I think this song is just made for herself. I think.
I mean, yeah, the entire project feels very personal, and I wouldn't say indulgent, but it's definitely like a Kim made an album for herself.
Yeah, and
There's nothing wrong with that.
exactly.
But we still have to listen to it.
Yeah, I do. But like, it's also short, so
Yeah. Thank God for short miracles.
yeah. Next is Disobedience, which probably has the best lyrics on the entire album.
I see she's a fan of movies about lesbianism in Orthodox religious communities.
Well, who isn't?
Yeah, who isn't?
Yeah, there seems to be a song about an existential crisis.
Yeah, it feels very. And I mean, well, the song is called Disobedience, and it is just generally a song about some kind of like. I assumed it was from the perspective of a rebellious child. Maybe she was hearkening back to a memory in her youth. But it also has a kind of, I just want to be free type of energy, like from a corny 80s movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be like maybe like that rebel in her who was with the Pixies is still inside of her. She still has a lot that she wants to do.
Musically, it definitely sounds the most like the Pixies and the Breeders that we've gotten so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it quite works for me, but I think this one could grow on me.
Yeah, this is pretty sure this is my favorite on the album. Definitely one of my favorites, at least.
Nice. Respect. I think one of my favorite albums is coming up soon.
Yeah.
Tease.
Before that, we have "Wish I Was," which I don't know, but it's alright, I guess.
Yeah, it's just seems to be a song about admiring somebody. Musically, it feels very indistinct from the rest of the thing. Like, it's got the indie rock and it's got the chamber pop. It doesn't lean particularly heavy in either direction. It's kind of the in one ear, out the other track on this album.
Yeah, it seems more seems transitionary.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it either.
Yeah,
But
like I say, it's transitionary because "Big Ben Beat" is like the heaviest song on the entire album.
yeah, and then the song after Big Ben Beats is also transitionary,
Literally.
which is
But
yep. But anyway,
before
Big
that-
Ben Beats.
yeah, so there's a recurring guitar riff that which gave me two thoughts. One, this is okay. This is probably this is definitely the most Kim Deal sounding bass line on the entire album.
Oh, certainly.
And two, it also kind of sounds like that one riff in "Fly" by Sugar Ray.
That's where it would. Yeah, God, I was trying to think of what that reminded me of, but yes, Fly, Sugar Ray. That is it. Thank you.
It's like Sugar Ray became a chamber pop band.
Yeah, I mean, they were a new metal band, and then they switched to like that, pop rock. It would have been as weird as going from the Breeders to, Mitski.
Yeah, I guess give it some time.
Come on, Sugar Ray. I know you released an album recently. We believe in you.
Yeah. So yeah, I love that guitar riff. I just generally love the vibe of this, and I also love Kim Deal speak singing.
Yeah. Her voice is really good on this one.
Oh yeah, totally. Like, this and Disobedience are my favorites.
Yeah, I'd say this one and Crystal Breath are my favorites.
Like this is my favorite. This has my favorite sounding song, and Disobedience is my favorite. Has my favorite lyrics on the album.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah. Bats in the Afternoon Sky is just an interlude, but yay bats! I love bats.
Yeah, this one sure did make me think about bats.
I always like thinking about bats.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you... Oh, wait. Let you, the listener, think about bats right now. Come on. We'll wait a few seconds. Go think about it. Haha. Wasn't that a cute bat you were thinking about?
Buddy.
Anyway. I hope that made your day a little bit better.
Yeah, I hope so too. Speaking of Summerland, she sounds happy to be alive on Summerland.
It is very pretty. I wish it was more memorable, but it does have that. And again, this is one of those songs that feels like it's trying to evoke or like recreate some kind of childhood memory, because children are the only people who have any nostalgia over summer because it's a bullshit season and everything's way too hot.
Yeah, exactly. I hate summer.
God, yeah. Summer in Texas is like 8 months. It's such bullshit.
I live in West Virginia and I still hate summer. Like even when I was in school, I had the free time. I just hated how it was too hot to really be able to do anything.
Does it get humid in West Virginia?
Yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was going to say because of the mountains, and I could imagine, and that sounds awful with the fucking rainforest and everything.
Like, it's not as, like, well, it's not a rainforest. Like, it's not as, like, explicitly hot. It's not as overtly hot temperature-wise as Texas, but, like, it can get into the hundreds sometimes.
Yeah.
No, usually it doesn't get any higher than, like, 90 or 91.
Yeah, but I still reckon, yeah, with all the stuff around, it gets pretty muggy. Ugh.
Yeah, especially if you live near rivers.
Yeah, but I guess if you live near the coast or the beach, then that coastal breeze probably helps you. I forgot where Kim Deal grew up, and I feel bad because I did actually try to research her life. To be responsible before this episode, but I'm like, wait, where did she grow up?
Didn't everyone in the Pixies come from Boston?
Yes, Boston. That's right. Damn
it. Actually,
I forget?
I think Kim Deal's from Dayton, Ohio.
Oh shit, is she really? Oh, right, yeah, born there. Both in okay, born in Dayton, Ohio. Both her parents were from coal mining areas of West Virginia.
Okay.
She's the lost daughter. She needs to come back home.
Take her home, country roads.
And although I do remember reading that some of these songs were, she had spent some childhood time in Nantucket, and apparently she didn't like it because she didn't like the beach as a kid. So maybe like songs like these are like a kind of an adult perspective on childhood memories that you couldn't fully appreciate while you were there, but in hindsight you kind of only remember the good parts.
When you put it like that, I think that makes sense, and I definitely have some moments like that.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of moments like that. It's pretty great. I love it when my brain lies to me.
Same. And then there's Come Running.
Come Running.
Another one that just sounds neat to me.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And I know we're saying the song, if you look up the lyrics, they are like extremely basic. Again, not a bad thing. It's just the types of songs that she wanted to write.
Yeah.
This one I kind of like more than the others because, like I said earlier, that the Pixies are known for their quiet, loud dynamic. This one feels like a quiet and 50% volume dynamic. Feels like
Yeah.
it's a little more, lively in motion than some of the other songs, which do kind of go for one vibe and stick with it for the whole 3 minutes.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Uh, but the album does end on a really cool song with a good time pushed.
Yeah, I think thematically, sonically, this is a pretty good closer.
Yeah, and again has the iconic Kim Deal bass tone.
And I love it when she says, "We're having a good time. We're having a good time." And
Same.
then ends with, "I'll see you around. I'll see you around."
I also love the driving beat on this on the song.
Yeah, there is some like energy and gravitas to it.
Yeah,
I
I
think the
see why it's the
song does
closer.
work. Yeah, yeah. I think a good closer. Good. I think the sequencing was generally all right, but yeah, and disculpe. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else to say.
I feel like I
Yeah.
had some. I guess it's more like I will always appreciate Kim Deal bass tone when I hear it because Kim Deal is like one of my favorite bassists of all time.
Yeah, that is fair. And there is a lot of good, like some of these. Like I think that one song, "Bats in the Belfry," that's not the name. "Bats in the Afternoon Sky." I think she played every instrument on that interlude. I know she played bass on all of these albums. I think she played guitar on all these songs. Oh my God, she played. I forget what song she played lead guitar on, but there are definitely some songs where the textures do remind me of like the Pixies and the Breeders, and even the beats, do so. So it is very distinctly Kim Deal,
Yeah, I feel
all
like
through and
that.
through.
I feel like the Sugar Ray ass riff from earlier is very Breeders in particular.
Yeah, that does sound a little less splashy.
Yeah. So yeah, this album is definitely one that's kind of hard to talk about because there's not really that much to talk about. I feel.
Yeah, it's pretty bare bones singer songwritery. If you like a nice kind of chamber pop indie songs, but on the more lively side of the spectrum, I think this is a good example of it. But it is the kind of album that does make me think that her follow up, if she wants to build on these ideas, would be a lot better. As it is, it kind of feels like I'm eating half an order of cookies.
Yeah. You know what doesn't feel like that though?
Yeah,
The Collective by Kim Gordon.
this does not feel like eating half an order of cookies. This album feels like drowning in cake batter and then having your unconscious body chucked down the stairs, and then everything just gets fuzzy in your brain for like a while.
I'd let it happen to me. I would let this album seduce me.
I mean, I like cake
Same.
as much as the next guy.
Yes, well, this is probably one of the sexiest albums I've ever heard.
I was gonna say it is kind of interesting, the dynamic. Like Kim Gordon, or no, fuck me, Kim Deal, Ace. Something I didn't realize before doing this episode. So that's awesome. A good representation. Got an Ace artist on one end. The Collective. I mean, I don't know if sexual is the first word I would use to describe this album, but this is easily the most sexual album we've ever talked about.
Yeah, oh yeah, sexual isn't the first thing I think of this album either. It's just more, I just personally think it's sexy.
Oh, I mean, it definitely is. But also
And like,
lyrically, like there are songs that like allude to it in a. Well, we'll get to it.
yeah, we will. But first, we get to Bye Bye, which as a trap beat with the car door sound as part of the beat.
Yeah, this is a this is a great opener. I mean, the first time you hear that door ajar noise sampled into the trap beat, it is not like nothing I've ever heard of before.
Same, like yeah, like I remember first listening to this, thought she still got it. She's still reinventing herself.
Yeah, I mean, it is just an amazing. I guess I feel kind of bad talking about this album in the context of, Kim Gordon is like a cool old woman. She's like 71 and creating music that is like boundary pushing and innovative into her like what fifth decade of making music. Because I feel like it's a little patronizing to her. Like, it's Kim Gordon. She was awesome at every age.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. I guess this puts in perspective that she's older than Michael Gira.
yeah, I forget about that sometimes. But that's just because I think Jira was always an old man. He was never young. He said so
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, true. But yeah, yeah, I didn't. I guess I didn't want to make her age that a big focus of this because yeah, she is just talented in general, no matter what she's doing.
Yeah, but having said that, if Kim Gordon can be like this at age 71, y'all have no excuse. Be
Exactly.
cool. Be cool. Do it.
I also gotta say that I feel bad that I don't get a lot of trap music, but I do get this, which is a fusion of trap and some other things.
So, and this entire album, you remember when we were talking about Goo and, Cool Thing, and we were alluding to Kim Gordon's, interest in hip hop music in the 1980s.
Yeah,
And this kind of feels like the logical extension of that. Like, well, it's my understanding that she was introduced to these sounds by one of her producers, but she seems very comfortable making music that does sound like, yeah, you just combine trap beats with like no wave, and then you create something very unique, very original.
yeah, I love that. I remember Liz telling me that this is basically Cool Thing updated for a new generation.
I see. Well, instead of throwing shade at LL Cool J, you're making sure that you pack your iBook and your
Yep,
tweezers.
like basically the lyrics in this song are Sims for me.
Yeah, the entire lyrics are just a list of items that one would presumably bring if they were traveling somewhere.
Yeah, like I need this to play in like a movie or a TV show where with a girls' night out montage.
Ugh. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah,
I think she performed this song on Fallon or one of the late night shows.
I think it was Kimmel.
You might be right. Yeah, because I remember watching it at the time.
I only know this because I looked it up recently.
Oh, nice. That's why I
Yeah,
confused it with Fallon. There's too many
I
Jimmys.
yeah, I pretty much all the I don't everything I know about talk show hosts is against my will.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. So the next song, "The Candy House."
Oh, I will just say one thing real quick about Bye Bye, which there is a line in that song about her getting cigarettes for Keller. Keller's the name of Kim Gordon's late brother.
Oh yeah,
Well, at this point, he's late.
yeah. But is this the same brother that was in what was that song on Goo?
Well, I forget which song, but I think she only has one brother, so yeah, it's
Okay.
probably him.
Yeah. So I guess it has a bit of a tie in.
Yeah, it's very just I just wanted to bring it up as
Yeah,
like a respect.
yeah. Thanks for bringing it up. I was going to bring it up earlier and I didn't. Yeah.
The Candy House.
Yeah. The Candy House. I love the tone on this on the beat on this. That boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, this one really does sound, like it wouldn't be a stretch to picture, like actual Southern rappers on something that sounds like this. It is very driving, very groovy. I also love Kim's voice on this, some of the way that it gets sampled. I love that vocal scrubbing bit at the end where it just
Oh
kind of like
yeah,
remixes her voice into things. That's very pleasant to the ear.
it is. Yeah,
Which
like there's a lot of twists and turns on this album.
which usually like chopping up voices and then cutting them out. Like I remember when that was like a thing in pop music and everyone hated it.
Oh yeah, I do. I feel like everyone hated it because of Gold by Kiara.
Yeah, that one was the big like, driver of that.
I mean, to
It
be
trend,
fair,
it lasted like 8 months. It was a short trend, but still.
yeah. To be fair, it sounds like absolute shit on that song in particular.
Right, it does. But then on this song, it is just so like subtly done. It does feel like yeah. I can't emphasize enough how much it like actually it sounds good.
Yeah, it adds to the tense, ominous atmosphere of the song.
And it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's atmosphere. Rare.
Rar.
Anyway,
Yeah. I don't miss my mind. It's also very atmospheric in a way.
yeah, this one oh man. Yeah, this I don't know. This could be my favorite on the album. It just is very like I love those slow, brooding drums and claps, and those screeching riffs on top of it. It really lures you in.
Yeah, it does. Like I could see this playing in a skeezy bar.
It sounds like a song that plays in a skeezy bar. That's like a metaphor for purgatory.
Totally. It manages to ride this fine line of airy and atmospheric and blown out. And I mean blown out positively, by the way, in this instance.
Oh yeah, if you're a fan of when artists do weird things to and with and sometimes on their instruments to make noise, then this is one where the production is very experimental and creative. So yeah, if you like blown out sounds along with the like kind of alternative-y, vibey atmosphere, yeah, it really does like pitch in together super
Yeah,
well.
it really does. I can just take it in all day.
Lyrically, I don't get the feeling that the song is about anything obvious anyway. Maybe it's
Same.
about drugs. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It's an easy thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm a man, on the other hand, is definitely about something.
Oh yeah. This one is like quite pointed.
Yes, but before that, when I looked at the lyrics on Genius, for some reason it wanted to recommend me 2024 Kanye.
Dang. Well, he is the most man rapper in that he's making it his only personality trait. So
Yeah, and so yeah, this is about guys like him, I guess.
yeah, it
Well,
seems about
minus
you
one
go.
part.
Oh, yeah, that's like the weird thing about this one. Like she's like mocking a certain type of guy who like pities himself and like wants the world to respect him, but she does it from a very sympathetic place. It's weird. Like some of these things are too specific about like mentioning like the insecurities that a guy like I don't know, we'll say like a Kanye West type guy might feel about his own gender identity.
Yeah, like there's a bit of transcoding here, you could say. Like it's
It, it
like it's a trans man, like it's someone, like it's an egg who was forced to who feels the need to force themselves to just act man, just big buff, big buff alpha male Andrew Tate listening type, in order to keep to keep the egg from cracking.
Yeah, and I was just thinking that this song kind of it sounds dysphoric just in the way that it feels like there's a sense of like rage or something is going to break, just kind of not boiling over the pot, almost, but not quite going over. And then yeah, some of the lines like when she says, "It's not my fault I was born a man," in that way, and it's like is that like who are you saying that to? Protagonist. So there is a lot going on here. It really kind of demands one's attention lyrically.
Oh yeah, totally. Like that. These are these are some of the best lyrics on the entire album. Oh, don't even have to say it's transcoded, even though I'm gonna choose it. I'm gonna interpret it as that anyway. It could also just be seen as just being afraid to to partake in what is perceived societally as feminine.
Yeah, there's a and then the fact that it is sung by a for now cis woman who is like again trying to entertain this person. Yeah, there's like layers to it. It is very yeah, we could talk about this song a lot. And I do recommend like just sitting down and like kind of absorbing it. It's a very interesting listen.
Yeah, and also she references the name Nancy a lot, which I figured at first I figured it was like a reference to Nancy Spungen, but Nancy Reagan probably makes more sense.
Yeah, I think my first thought was Nancy Reagan for some reason. I don't know why. I think just like that's the first Nancy that comes to my mind. I have no idea how come that is.
Then again, maybe Baby Spungen could make sense given her story and Sid Vicious.
Oh, I guess what but maybe like Nancy Reagan because she was like married to Ronald Reagan and she's this like hyper idealized idea of like a loyal submissive housewife. But also, she was allegedly gave the best blowjobs in Hollywood, so maybe that's kind of a layer two if it is Nancy Reagan or whatever Nancy it is. Yeah, I didn't think of Nancy Spungen, but I could definitely see that being one that's on her mind.
Yeah, yeah. Again, there's layers to this.
Yep. You know what? There's not layers to
What?
trophies.
Yeah.
The next track.
Yeah, this one is. I don't have as much to say about this as the last few songs.
Yeah, this one's about bowling.
Yeah, though,
maybe it's a metaphor, but on a literal level, it's about bowling.
Yeah, I will say, hearing Kim Gordon say "stick your fingers in the holes" does something to me.
Yeah, we weren't kidding when we said that this was the most sexual album on the track, and it certainly doesn't help that like Kim does have that like wispy, faded alt rocker breath that does kind of come off as seductive, just because they also sound wispy and quiet. So yeah, maybe it's about sex or like the bowling is a metaphor for things, but the hook is literally just her yelling strike, strike, strike. I I actually love the drums on this one. I think that hook is probably one of the best on the album, but the verses are a bit unremarkable.
Yeah, like it's just a fun song. It's like a bit of a breather from the rather heady "I'm a Man."
Yeah, and I remember reading that Kim Gordon had said that this album was her way of like kind of her looking at the world around her and how crazy things have gotten, and oh, we live in a society, and yeah, it is things like it is kind of interesting how they go from things like "I'm a Man," which deal with identity at its very core, and then songs like "Trophies," which are again like assuming it's not a metaphor for sex, which it very well could be. It's just about doing
Yeah.
doing what you do on a Tuesday night because you can pay $10 for it.
I think a good rule of thumb is if these lyrics could come out of a '60s pop song, it's about sex.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess in general, that this kind of does fit the whole cyberpunk aesthetic of the album. And then its dark inside just gets dirtier and more explicit.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, and you'll never guess what it in that song title is referring to.
Yeah, and also it also gets more substantive.
Yeah, it really is like yeah, if that last one was a metaphor, there's no wordplay here, and in this song she's literally lamenting the fact that they don't teach eating pussy in college or
Yeah, they don't teach clit in
stuff
school.
like that. Yeah, they don't teach eating clit in school. Which
That is a sexy line, but also pretty sure it's just about. I'm pretty sure it also represents how America has stigmatized sex and sex ed, even though we shouldn't be. And
yeah,
that is-
and I love how she does like frame it in the kind of selfish way of like you're not fucking me right. Get better at it, God. Which I at least that's how I interpreted it with like the noise rocky kind of thing because this is like a bit of a noise rock sounding song. That kind of like over it, like it's her like frustrations with a partner who just won't communicate with her or just like isn't able to kind of do what he needs to do.
yeah, like so. Yeah, I guess there's a bit of tragedy to it as well. Like it's because of that, because of how we stigmatize sex ed. It seems it's harder to get a good partner.
Yeah, and I do think that's like, yeah, she's allowed to be pissed. Everyone's allowed to be pissed off about stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Again, this is like her We Live in a Society album, and like we do live in a society that, yeah, like deprioritizes a woman's pleasure, you know? Just
Yep.
in every respect.
Seems to and puts way more emphasis on guns, which she also mentions.
Yeah, the guns part of the line is really where the song, I think, yeah, it truly does like expand out there. That line kind of made me laugh the first time I heard it because it was so absurd to my ear. But yeah, it is. The more I listen to it, the more I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
Guns.
And then it ends on a dirty bass line.
Yeah. The ominous production is excellent. This song really does like sound some kind of good way.
Yeah, it does. And so does the aptly titled Psychedelic Orgasm.
Yeah. Which, you know what? Probably not about sex.
Yeah, I didn't get sex from this song.
Yeah, it's about living in LA and about how they all eat expensive groceries.
Yeah, $20 potatoes.
$20 potatoes.
I wonder if that's slang.
It could be some kind of LA art scene reference that I don't know about.
Yeah, I wonder when she did visit LA because I know she's from New York, so but like I'm sure she's been to LA many times and seen a lot of stuff.
Probably. I mean, I would think that, yeah, she would just, like, knowing people in the music industry, she would have spent enough time there to kind of get the difference between LA people and NYC people.
Yeah, and I
I
love
know
the
LA. Sorry.
I love the juxtaposition, what she calls LA and art scene, between just some mundane, everyday, harmless events, and then death and murder.
Yeah. Which, by the way, New York does not have any homelessness or death or murder, so it's a good thing that she's calling out LA for its crimes.
So true.
I guess instrumentally, I wish it was a bit more focused, but I do like all the individual parts of it, so I don't have much of a problem with there. I do notice that I'm pretty sure if the song does have a message, it's that if you're addicted to TikTok, you can just go do LSD and mushrooms under a bridge in Los Angeles, and it's good for you.
Huh.
Which, I've never done that, but it sounds like she has. So, she's the one speaking from a position of expertise here.
True. And I will say also, I think my favorite part of the song is the ending. Like this lives up to the title "Psychedelic Orgasm."
Yeah, it's just, yeah. The production is very nice on this. Although I will say that in general, the album is a bit like the Kim Deal album in that if you like one of the songs, you'll probably like most of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. She hits this vibe as hard as she can for all of these tracks, and I think to pretty good results.
Same.
But we're not done yet.
Yep, we still have there's Treehouse, which feels like a cool down.
Make the Chinese look away. I wonder what that means.
I don't know. Yeah. This one I don't really have much to say about. It just makes me feel warm, though it isn't one of my favorites from the album.
I'm with you there. I think it's probably the closest thing this album has to like an interlude or a palate cleanser, just because it's slightly more mellow than some of the other songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's a nice placement, but I don't remember anything about it other than made the Chinese look away.
Yeah, that is a memorable line. And then Shelf Warmer is in contention for top 3 sexiest songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is. It sure is, because it's a metaphor, but it also probably isn't.
Like I would say, at the very least, the sexiest song I've heard that isn't trip hop.
Yeah, I get you. Which I feel like the song is kind of maybe not fully a cloud rap thing in the way that like people who know cloud rap know about it, but cloud rap in the way that people who haven't listened to cloud rap think it is.
I guess I don't pick up on that. I guess because like I'm not a cloud rap person.
Well, I guess the song is. I mean that to say that the song is more mellow, a bit more lush, a little bit less abrasive than the other tracks, and I'm pretty sure it's about. I mean, on a literal level, it's about being an item at a gift shop warming a shelf, but it could also very easily be a metaphor.
Yeah,
Metaphor.
like it is basically like I just enjoy it on a very basic level, on a very primal level. It's like me likey.
Oh yeah, as do I.
And I also think that that there's a bit of juxtaposition here because of how just how mellow this song is, and then the Believers happens.
The Believers.
So this is my favorite song on the album. And it's also the most abrasive.
Yeah, mine too. This one is. I mean, goddamn! Like, this song feels like it's attacking you.
Yeah, like this is what it sounds like when music stabs you multiple times.
If you can listen to this and not involuntarily recoil your head at least a little bit, you have nerves of steel.
Yeah, like this makes me go feral.
Mm-hmm. It's good when it's not, and it's also catchy. Like it has no right to be as catchy as it is.
Exactly.
Dun 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 dun. I mean, that just sticks with you.
Yeah, it does. It's just like I don't even know what's going on with the lyrics. It's just I'm just caught up in the music. I'm just caught up in the bigger picture.
Yeah, lyrically, I also think this one is vague, and I'm not sure what this means. I know the line, she says, "Touch my boobies," at one point. That's kind of funny, but it's also like kind of the most that she enunciates any line, so it does just stick out the most, even if you're not like looking out for the words. So that's pretty amusing. But now this is like a song where the production steals it.
I also like that even this song has the loud, quiet, loud pacing, where there's like a minute and a half of just quiet build up, and then that the fucking knife that the knife stabbing just comes back full force.
Yeah, rarely it does a quiet not only feel earned, but does serve to accentuate. Is it the song starts out loud and aggressive, and then it gets quiet just so it can come up off as even more loud and aggressive.
Yeah, like this song was one of my favorite songs of last year, and it's like in top three songs Kim Gordon has ever done, and that includes Sonic Youth.
Ooh, I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know if I'm up there yet, but I mean, I could be. This one is something special. Every time I listen to it, I'm noticing some kind of new industrial bit of production. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah, it's like okay. Despite me calling this album sexy, I'm pretty sure I'm some form of ace, but I would make out to someone with this song playing in the background.
Yeah, that means you live. It's a beautiful living thing. Ow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I got a cramp in my calf. Which I will choose to blame Dan Auerbach instead of the fact that I didn't drink as much electrolyte water as I should have today.
True.
So yeah, The Believers. Damn, go listen to The Believers.
Yes, please do. And Dream Dollar is the closing track.
It's the closing track, and I like it, but I don't think it's a good closing track. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's a nice way to the end of the album, but more like I guess it's more because of the outro part, because the actual song itself sounds way different from the rest of the album.
Yeah, it's oddly honestly, the song comes off like it's an instrumental to a song that you expect Kim Gordon would be singing over, except that she already is singing over it, and it's just very basic. She just says concrete and dollars.
Yeah, it's basically just mantras and a short verse.
Yeah, which does feel like it should kind of be placed more as an interlude or something to kind of break up the momentum. And then the songs, like the last 30 seconds of the song is just an audio montage cutting together different bits and pieces from the rest of the album.
Yeah, and and the last thing you hear is that same car door alarm and bye bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bookend.
So you can play the album on repeat over and over again if you ignore the fact that there's like 5 seconds of silence in between the outro and the
Yeah,
ending of Dream Dollar.
yeah, that does make it confusing.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they just made like an outro that was like 2 minutes of just sampling songs from the rest of the album. I feel like that would have been like kind of a nice. I wouldn't have minded more time with the audio production wankery if the contents of the production was going to be this good.
All right. Who knows? Maybe it loops. Maybe it actually loops on CD.
Good point. Come on, CDs, we're rooting for you.
I'll get it on CD someday.
One day. One day for the CDs.
Yeah. So yeah, that was The Collective by Kim Gordon.
Yes, it was. An album that kind of came out of the blue, demonstrated that one of alternative rock's greatest icons is, even in her fifth decade of making music, still pushing boundaries and willing to experiment and open to new ideas. And it's done in a way that is just good. It works. I don't know if yeah, man, I don't know what to say. Other than that, I look forward to what she does next.
Same. Yeah, I think it was interesting seeing how different these two albums were.
Oh, yes. Like, I really do forget that, like, the Pixies were a way more normal band than, Sonic Youth were in the 80s.
Yeah, but it's like
yeah, you go.
yeah, they were well, I guess more like they were crazy in their own way, and that they blended genres together a lot, and it's just that, and they were very manic, but they had song structure.
Yeah, like, they were clearly, like, trying to play the, I guess, the normal quote-unquote game for a bit, and that, like, influences the types of songs that you'd write. Like, I don't think Kim Gordon would write songs quite so. Oh, although I know she is a fan of the Carpenters, so I shouldn't just assume that. But like, I guess I couldn't picture these artists making the other album. Despite the fact that these two women are kind of often grouped together for admittedly very obvious reasons.
Yeah, yeah, like Kim Deal especially would not make half of the songs on the Collective.
Yeah, I really do. Was thinking about that. Like, I wonder if she heard the Collective. I wonder if Kim Deal like has any thoughts on it. Because yeah, like, I did listen to that. Yeah, sorry, a little dry mouth. Because I did listen to Nobody Loves You More, and I did just like, oh yeah, Kim Deal doesn't come from like the no wave scene. Why would she make music that's why wouldn't she make music that sounds like Phoebe Bridgers?
Yeah, exactly. Like she's and honestly, I'm sure Phoebe Bridgers was inspired by Kim Deal. It would make sense.
Absolutely, good old '90s women of
Like,
rock.
I mean, oh yeah, one more thing. Of course she is. There's like an old Apple ad from 2014 with a pre-famed Phoebe Bridgers singing a cover of Gigantic.
Huh. Oh, I forgot when Gigantic was in commercials. That was funny.
Yeah, nothing says advertising Apple products better than a song about black cock.
Yeah, I love racial stereotypes in my Apple product.
So true.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Nobody Loves You More. I would give that maybe a 6.
Yeah, I think a 6 is appropriate.
And then the Collective, I would put a 9. like a light 9 or a decent 9. It's really it really is something special. Blew my mind when I first heard it, and I still love it.
Yeah, I'd also go 9 on this.
All right. And with our final thoughts on that, or actually, do you have any final thoughts? Because I do not.
That was all I have.
All right, awesome. And then we should announce the next episode.
Yeah, so next episode, we're bringing back Crow, and we're just doing
Woo!
some of the weirdest albums we ever heard.
Yeah, we're getting weird with it.
Yep.
Let's boogie.
Yeah. So I am going to subject you to Bish Bosh by Scott Walker.
And I will subject y'all to Aquamash by Plastilina Mosh.
Yep. And the two of us are going to be subjected to Grand Opening and Closing by Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum.
I look forward to the albums confusing all of us in very different ways.
Same. My name is Mageclick.
My name is Foxx Navarro.
And listen to the Believers.
And if you see Dan Auerbach, immediately. Anyway, bye y'all.